Hey guys, Sean here, and on today's episode we're going to do the $25 camera challenge. If you haven't heard of this challenge, you have $25 to go out and find a second-hand camera, shoot a roll of film with it, and share the results. So I've got 4 thrift shops lined up for today we're going to go check out, take you along for the ride, and see what we can find. Let's get going. Alright, we're at our second location here. First one didn't really have anything, kind of a zoo in there, so didn't bother to stay too long and moved on. So let's go in and see what we can find. So just finished in the second location. They actually had a Konica auto reflex with a 50mm 1.7, which looked okay. It was $25, so it would have fit the challenge. The light seals were shot, and I don't feel like replacing light seals today, so we're going to keep going and head on to the third location and see what we can find there. Alright, we're at our fourth location now. So the third stop was actually closed on Saturdays. So open Sunday, but closed on Saturday. So moved on to the fourth one. This is going to be the last stop for today, so hopefully we see something and we'll go from there. So go ahead and have a look and see what we can find. Alright, so just finished in the fourth location and was pretty successful here. Actually picked up a Minolta 7S, the rangefinder. So that one was 25 bucks, so fits in the challenge. Don't know how that does with eBay or anything else, but it's in good shape. Light seals in the back look good. Bulb works. Didn't really try too much else, but looks like it should be okay. So we'll get home, we'll have a look at it and see how we did and go from there. Also picked up this fun little Canon point and shoot. So nothing really fancy here, just a simple little autofocus point and shoot. It's got a 38mm 2.8 on it, so okay. It was 15 bucks. Said what the heck. It's actually got a roll of film in it, so you know, always fun to develop that kind of stuff and see what people thought were interesting enough to take pictures of. So yeah, we'll use that one in a future episode, and there you go. We got 2 for one trip today. So yeah, we'll head home and we'll have a look at these a little bit closer and see how we did. Alright, so I'm home now. We can have a look at these a little bit closer. Set that Canon aside. So this Minolta is actually what originally caught my eye. It's got a pretty decent shape black leather case on it. A couple little nicks, but otherwise in pretty good shape. Let's pop this open and have a look here. So it's a Minolta Hi-Matic 7S. It's a rangefinder. And I did have a quick look at it in the store to get rid of that lens cap. And it looked to be in pretty good shape, so we'll kind of have a quick boo over it and double check everything. It's got a fully mechanical shutter speed on it. You can hear it kind of working away when I release the shutter. Bulb mode there, and I did try out bulb mode in the store and it works perfectly fine. Aperture adjustment works perfectly fine. It does have the light meter in the lens, you can see right there. Takes a couple coin cell batteries in the bottom, so I'll have to pop that open and put some new batteries into it. But not bad, got it for 25 bucks, so you know, it's within the challenge and it's in pretty good shape. I did look at the light seals in the store. They're not too bad. The ones along the top and bottom, just a little bit of gunk coming off on the door, but not too bad. I'll probably end up taping it just to be safe, but you can see the light seal on the side of the door there. I don't know if you can spot that. It's pretty much dead, so I'm probably going to replace that one. That's a quick and easy one to replace. I've got some old film canisters that I can pop the light seals off and put them in there, so that's a quick, easy fix. Nothing too bad there. I know what you're saying. I said I wasn't going to replace light seals today. The main difference between this and that Konica I spotted, I popped the lens off the Konica, it was an SLR, and the mirror damper light seal inside was totally missing. And it's not the end of the world to replace them. It's actually pretty easy when you've got a little bit of weather stripping. But the problem with that particular camera is the piece of metal that the mirror damper attaches to was super thin and sharp. I really just didn't want to screw around trying to get it attached to it and spend too much time fixing light seals. I've actually got a Pentax ES that needs a little bit of love that I'm replacing light seals on. I just really didn't want a full-blown light seal replacement project on my hands, so I did pass. I know where it is. If I do change my mind, I can always see if it's still at the shop there. It didn't have a pretty decent lens on it, but I'm pretty happy with this Minolta. I'm excited to see how it works out. So yeah. Okay guys, I lied. As you can see, the sun is down. It's currently 5:15 in snowy Canada in the middle of winter, so there won't be much light for us to go try out this Minolta today, but I think I'll probably throw a poll up on the Instagram to see if you guys think I should shoot with some Kodak Gold, some color film, or some Ilford black and white film. So I'll throw that poll up this evening. I'll leave it up for a little while. You guys can give a vote, and then we'll take this out tomorrow and we'll give it a try. So one of the things I can still do today is swap out the batteries in the bottom of this Minolta here. So we'll pop this open. Usually just use a coin. I just happen to have this little fancy watch repair thing. So there's not a battery in there actually. The compartment's got a little bit of corrosion, but it's actually really not too bad. I might get a little bit of acetone and just kind of sweep that out a little bit. No indication on here as to what battery it takes, so I'm probably going to have to jump online for that again. Figure out what kind of battery it takes. Like I said, it's got a fully mechanical shutter on it. Aperture works perfectly fine, so you can certainly use this camera without the battery. There is the meter needle on the inside. So you wouldn't be able to utilize that without the battery, but I do have a standalone meter I could potentially use with it. But I got to tell you what, it's actually kind of interesting. Most of these rangefinders that have the light meters have an automatic aperture in which you can set whatever shutter speed you want and it'll automatically pick the aperture that matches. This particular Minolta actually has an automatic shutter speed as well. I don't know if you can see the two A's on there. But it looks like it's probably got a fully automatic function to it, deciding on both the shutter speed and the aperture. So I'm kind of interested to give that a try and see just how it works. Let the Minolta decide on my exposures for me and really try out the camera's light meter. So I'm going to find a battery for it and get it in there because I do want to try the fully automatic when I do go shoot this. So yeah, see what I can find for a battery. Alright guys, one last update for today. I did pull the film out of this Canon SureShot. It was wound up onto the take-up spool, the leader, but that was it. The actual film was still in the canister, so as far as I can tell, this film has never been shot. It was probably put in this camera, and then the person got rid of it. So I'm going to go ahead and use this Kodak Gold 400 when I do shoot this SureShot, because, you know, that's what it was intended for, so why argue? Let's just go ahead and use that. Which does mean there won't be an Instagram poll. We're going to use Ilford FP4 in the Minolta 7S tomorrow. So yeah, we'll hopefully get that organized tomorrow and see what this thing does. Alright guys, so went and got batteries. Did find a 1.45 volt zinc air battery to put in here. So like I said, these were meant for 1.35 volts. So everybody that seems to write about it online says that the exposure is perfect. If it comes out a little bit overexposed, it's not the end of the world. I also replaced that light seal there, so should be good to go. I'm going to tape this anyway just to be safe, but she's all cleaned up. I think she's ready to go. So for the Minolta shoot, I went down into Chinatown in downtown Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and kind of took some photos of the buildings. This was almost my top pick of the day. I just really loved the composition, the lantern, the pipe coming out of the wall. Chinatown's kind of unique. It doesn't get as much maintenance as some of the other areas of downtown, so a lot of graffiti in the area, which is kind of neat to photograph. A lot of run-down back alleys. I gotta say, I'm really impressed with the Ilford FP4. Really nice tonal range out of this film. I'll definitely be using this one some more. So all the photos you're seeing, don't do a whole lot of post-processing to them. Pretty much just kind of adjust the levels and the curves pre-scan, and then this is the result. I don't really do a whole lot of editing. All these photos are scanned in with an Epson V600, so not the biggest, fanciest top-of-the-line scanner, but a nice home scanner. So this is my top pick of the day. I really love the detail in the brick, and there's just enough motion in the gentleman to really tell that he's walking down the sidewalk.